Hey everybody, as we start Advent, we wanted to take a moment and talk about, what it means to prepare our hearts in prayer for celebrating our Lord's arrival at Christmas. Growing up in a family of three, my mom, who worked, would always come home and work really hard at making the house immaculate, and then her kids would go home from school and destroy it, and then there would be no peace in the house. And then my dad would come home from work and just be angry that my mother was angry. And we can get into that cycle so very easily with Advent, with all the ideas of getting the house ready for Christmas, buying the gifts, and sometimes we lose the spiritual aspect of what preparation means. And just like cleaning our houses, just like decorating our homes, we do the same thing with our soul. So for the next 4 weeks, we're going to do a video about what it means to try and concentrate on one aspect of prayer in order to prepare our hearts for the Lord's coming at Christmas. So week 1. I wanted to concentrate on week 1 on the idea of adoration and what that looks like. The Latin word adoration means to be or facing someone and to praise them or talk to them. So literally the translation of adoration or adoratio means to face someone and talk with them. And that's what our Lord asks of us a lot of time in prayer. But in our busy lives, sometimes we talk to Him and then we hang up the phone really quickly and walk away and don't spend time trying to listen. And all of us, myself included, are guilty of this, of giving our petitions to God, giving our wants, our needs, and not waiting for His answer. And I know it's hard to discern sometimes because we don't hear a physical voice. So this idea of adoration is trying to train our hearts to sit quietly with God and pray. And this can happen at home, but also in a very real way. We're going to make a push during Advent to do that in our churches. So the first 3 Wednesdays of Advent, October, 2nd, 9th, and 16th. The first one's going to be at Seton, the second one at Andrews, and the third one will be at both. But those are going to be focused on adoration, evening prayer together. And while that's happening, the priests, me and Father Ben, are going to be in the back of church or in our confessionals to hear confession. So we're going to do that in place of an Advent penance service this year. But the idea is, as a family, as an individual, to take time and really schedule out time. I'm going to go to this one, and I'm going to spend time with God praying. But again, the idea is to sit and not to have our hands busy. I love praying the rosary, but this isn't the time for it. I love spiritual reading, but leave that at home. To try to sit and just listen. To try to make more space in our hearts for God to talk to us. And again, this is something we have to work at. We have to foster this habit. And when we do that, we can see God moving in a different way. We can see Him answering prayers in a light we might not expect. So this week, think about either at home or in church. How can I sit and just listen? How can I be with God and not try to fill up that time with words or devotions?